You might think that your resume is complete yet, but wait. Here are some important touches that you need to give before starting your job hunt with a power-packed resume. Show the recruiter you are not just an employee. Extracurricular activities can prove that you have the skills and abilities that hiring managers are looking for. In that sense, they're very similar to relevant experience, only gained in a different setting. Number 1. Foreign languages. Knowledge of a foreign language can sometimes be the single thing that sets you apart from other candidates. If, for example, Spanish is an absolute requirement for a given job, you can bet your sombrero that recruiters will check your resume language skills. Number 2. Student council. The wide variety of responsibilities that student body members have is an invaluable resource of experience that can be added to your resume to show that you have the skills for the job. Involvement in the student council can prove leadership skills, teamwork, collaboration, organizational skills, problem solving. Number 3. Volunteering. Not only do you show enough passion for a cause to devote your free time to it, you have specific responsibilities and deadlines to meet, otherwise things go downhill for a lot of people. It also contributes to your personal development. Number 4. Fundraising. This could be your sole responsibility in an organization or one of many other duties. It could have also been part of a project or something you did just to help out a friend. Fundraising isn't as easy as it sounds, and to be successful you need a host of different skills that recruiters will definitely be interested in and that you should include on your resume. Additional skills. This section is for notable awards and technical certifications you might have. Bear in mind that it is optional and you may skip this section if you have something more substantial to add in projects or internships. Prestigious scholarships, awards, Olympiads are all the parts you should include here. Avoid including personal hobbies unless your personal interests relate to the job, it's best to leave them out. For ultra-keen job seekers, there's nothing more patronizing than being advised to double-check your resume. Yet anyone in the recruiting industry will tell you it's shocking the number of resumes they receive that are either rife with errors or openly flout the job posting instructions. Approximately 70% of employers say that certain resume deal breakers would cause them to reject a candidate before they've even finished reading the application. So here are a few mistakes you absolutely need to avoid to keep yourself from taking your chances at a job. Resume look full? Wait, you aren't ready yet. Proofread the entire resume to avoid silly mistakes, typos and grammatical errors. The quickest way to get screened out as an applicant is to submit a seriously flawed resume. Think about it, your resume is one of the main ways for hiring managers to assess you as a candidate. Typos and grammatical errors can make you look unprofessional and unqualified. Let me tell you a fact, it is difficult to accurately proofread your own writing and come up with genuine errors. Why can't you proofread your own work accurately? Because when writing, your mind creates a mental image of the meaning that you intend to transfer, but the catch is, you find that mental image perfect, perhaps what ends up on the page may not be. And when someone else reads your writing, the process happens in reverse with a practical perception. One of the best tools to apply here is text-to-speech software programs, or get your peers, seniors and experts in the field to review your resume. Here are a few mistakes you need to avoid. Number 1, letting inconsistencies slip through. Reassure yourself by carefully checking whether you have written the correct email ID, contact number, and similar personal information. Every once in a while, someone will forget to recheck their dates, job titles or job duties. This should be taken care of even more than typos. These days, most HR professionals search on LinkedIn and across social media accounts to vet potential employees. If your start dates, titles or duties do not line up, it can raise red flags to employers. It leaves them thinking, are they lying on their resume or on LinkedIn? Or both? Number 2, cut down. Don't tell your readers everything about each job. Focus on the highlight, use formatting techniques like bullets and short paragraphs to enhance readability. Limit your resume to the last 10 to 15 years of work experience. You don't need to include everything you ever did. There are some words and phrases that you need to omit from your resume. I have a list stating the best examples. Instead of managed, try directed, guided or mentored. Instead of created, try designed, shaped or conceptualized. It is important to appear formal, intellectual and humble at the same time. Number 3, ATS compliant. Applicant tracking systems, ATS, are software applications that scan resumes for relevant keywords such as skills, job titles, and educational background. To pass the ATS scan, your resume has to be formatted properly, and include the right words to parse your resume with ease. Keep in mind that there's a good chance your resume will be scanned electronically. These programs don't always read and interpret intricate fonts well, so complicated or overly detailed font options can sometimes be turned into blank boxes or other illegible characters. If you're using wacky fonts, the software may not pick up important keywords and your resume could get tossed undeservedly. You can check up if your resume is ATS friendly using online sites like //resumeworded.com etc. Number 4, failing to use enough white space. The portion of white space is often overlooked as we try to cram all of our accomplishments onto 2 pages. You may even be guilty of playing with the margins and the fonts to fit everything in. But this only makes it overwhelming for the reader. Bear in mind that your resume will be skimmed over in just a few seconds before the hiring manager decides if they want to give it closer attention. Make it inviting and readable. Number 5, sloppy formatting and fonts. You want your resume to stand out, but there is such a thing as standing out in a bad way. Avoid too many font types and steer clear of font sizes that are too big or too small. Big fonts make you look like you are shouting, and can also indicate that you don't have enough good content to fill a resume with normal size text. The optimal font size for your resume is anything between 10 and 12 points. For most fonts, size 10 is the absolute smallest, and even then, it might be too small, depending on the font you are using. Small fonts may help you keep your resume to 1 page, but it's not worth it if the reader has to squint. Calibri. Having replaced Times New Roman as the default Microsoft Word font, Calibri is an excellent option. A few more fonts you can use are Garamond, Dido Georgia, Helvetica, Arial. Also, sans serif fonts, or fonts without tails, are generally good fonts for resumes due to their high readability. Number 6, failing to explain a career change. This is a byproduct of the generally bad job search approach founded to keep your options open and, therefore, apply for practically anything and everything under the sun. For example, your professional background and experience are in marketing, but you decide to expand by considering other objectives after months of searching for a marketing job. All the employer does is look at the resume for a few seconds and ask themselves, why is this person applying for this job? Number 7, including obvious skills. Microsoft Word, Excel, and PowerPoint are no longer skills to call out on your resume. These days, employers assume that all good applicants have a working knowledge of the Office suite. Instead, use that space to highlight experience with more advanced technical tools in your sector. These skills are very compelling to employers and will help you stand out from other contenders. Keep your information original. All you need to copy and paste is the information that we are permeating to your mind and its true implementation. Copying any part in your resume from anywhere will not help. Reflect yourself to the recruiter as much as you can because, as I always say, your resume will speak before you. Your resume should impart your own characters, because careless mistakes may cause a candidate to appear inept. Resume lies paint a far shadier picture. Neither creates a very compelling case for employment. Lastly, tailoring your resume to the job offer is crucial. That's the best you can do to get invited to an interview. If you send a generic resume that doesn't have much to do with the job offer itself, your chances of succeeding might decrease, so take care.